Welcome, everyone, to the University of California, Irvine's White Coat Ceremony for the Doctor of Pharmacy class of 2028. I now invite our honored guests on the platform, which you're actually already standing, to please stand as we will now have Dr. Jill Richardson, Director of Student Affairs, and Mrs. Hetty Ha, Assistant Director, to usher in the students. They want to make a grand entrance. Once again, I now invite Dr. Jill Richardson, the Director of Student Affairs, and Ms. Hetty Ha, Assistant Director, to usher in the students. I'd like to now ask everyone to please rise if you are able to join Dr. Nana Nsua, Health Sciences Assistant Clinical Professor, as she sings the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the rampart we'd watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
don't know how I go on after that. I'm always so moved, so moved. Thank you so much, Dr. Insua, for your moving and beautiful rendition. Please all be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Megan Nguyen, Founding Associate Dean of Pharmacy Student Affairs. And on behalf of the faculty and staff, I have the honor and privilege of welcoming all of you, our distinguished guests, proud parents, family and friends, and most importantly, our exceptional students of the class of 2028. Students, by being here today, you have already proven that you are individuals with determination, with resilience, and passion. Pharmacy is a profession built on science, compassion, and trust. As you embark on this journey, I encourage you to think about it in 3 significant ways and embrace it. Number 1, lead with compassion. Make that be your guiding light. Beyond the science, remember the humanity in healthcare, and let all your interactions with patients be deeply rooted with empathy and compassion. Number 2, make the pursuit of knowledge your North Star. Seek it tirelessly, because with knowledge comes power and, of course, the responsibility to better care for your patients. Number 3, embrace the concept that change is the only constant. Be agents of change. Patients are putting their trust in you to be adaptable to the healthcare needs of our community. We need you all to be not just the pharmacist of today, but the pharmacist of tomorrow. I also want to take this moment to thank the admissions committee, many of whom are sitting on stage right now, for their tireless effort in carefully selecting each and every one of you. You all come with a diverse set of talents and experiences. 75% of you speak a second language, from Vietnamese, Mandarin, Arabic, Tagalog, Korean, Urdu, Hindi, Yoruba, Farsi, Dari, to French, and many more. Several of you will be second-generation pharmacists. Thank you to those parents who role modeled what an amazing career pharmacy is. Among you is a TikTok influencer with over 200,000 followers, a chef, actress, a former lawyer, digital marketer, and interior designer. And based on your favorite hobbies, it looks like fundraising for a piano in the foyer or a pickleball court outside of the College of Health Sciences building may be helpful for a wellness break. So, Dean Hirsch, okay. Academically, we know you put in countless hours studying to prepare you for this next step in your education. You have co-authored on scientific manuscripts, presented posters at international symposiums. The average cumulative GPA of this entering class stands at a 3.49, which is higher than the national average of admitted pharmacy students year after year for 16 years to be exact. So. The highest overall GPA stands at a 3.97 and science GPA at a 3.94. All of this was accomplished with 1/3 of you being first-generation students and 1/4 of you working part-time while in your undergraduate studies. Remarkable, seriously remarkable. Students, there are very few times in life that we're given to be part of something historic, something bigger than ourselves. Absolutely, you choosing to be the final founding class of the Doctor of Pharmacy program here at UC Irvine reflects this forward-thinking mindset, your willingness to embrace innovation, to be a builder, to be a leader, are qualities that will serve you as you contribute to the advancement of the profession and revolutionize the way healthcare is delivered to make it more accessible. So to the class of 2028, I say welcome to this dynamic profession, embrace it, nurture it, and may your journey be as remarkable as your potential is limitless. Family and friends, please join me in giving these students a round of applause for reaching this milestone and making history with us. I now have the honor to introduce Dr. Jan Hirsch, Professor and Founding Dean of UC Irvine's School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Dean Hirsch joined UCI in January 2019 and led the School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences to become the first public pharmacy school in the Los Angeles Orange County region in July 2020. Dean Hirsch is an acclaimed researcher, pharmacist, and organizational leader. Her research interests are focused in the areas of pharmacoeconomics and outcomes research. More specifically, the assessment of economic, clinical, and humanistic values of pharmacy services and pharmaceuticals, and integrating patient-reported outcomes into pharmaceutical and medical practices to improve patient management. Dean Hirsch holds a Bachelor of Science degree in pharmacy and a master's and PhD in pharmacy administration from the University of South Carolina. Before joining UCI, she served as professor and chair of the Division of Clinical Pharmacy at UC San Diego Skaggs School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Prior to returning to academia, Dean Hirsch spent 14 years in the pharmaceutical and managed care industries. She established and managed outcomes research departments for 2 pharmaceutical companies, Glaxo Group Research and Allergan, and a pharmacy benefit management company, Prescription Solutions. She is also a distinguished fellow of the Get the Medications Right Institute, a distinguished scholar, and a fellow for the National Academies of Practice in Pharmacy, and a recipient of numerous awards. Along with this tremendous community of students, faculty, and staff, Dean Hirsch is positioning our school to be a leader in pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences innovation from drug discovery to clinical practice. Please join me in welcoming Dean Hirsch.
Thank you for that, kind introduction, Dr. Nguyen. I appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to say thank you to all the family and friends who have joined us today in support of these students. These are your students. I am very pleased to welcome our class of 2028 Doctor of Pharmacy students to their white coat ceremony. Let's give them another round of applause. I would like to extend a very special thank you to our school's faculty and staff, many of whom are here. I offer my deepest appreciation for your hard work and dedication. We would not be where we are today without your unwavering commitment to our vision, our school, and very much our students. Additionally, I want to take this time to acknowledge the meaningful impact of the White Coat Fund and thank all of those who have supported this year's cohort and helped to personally welcome each one of these students into the Anteater family. Students, your white coat is made possible through the generosity of our faculty, staff, alumni, and community members who have contributed to our White Coat Fund. May the quote embroidered, which you've already seen inside the collar of your white coat, serve as an inspiration to you throughout your PharmD program. Okay, and you'll have to show that off to people at the reception. The white coat that you will receive today represents your devotion to the pursuit of pharmacy education, your promise to care for patients, and your pledge to uphold the oath of a pharmacist. This ceremony marks an important milestone for you, our student pharmacists, and for our school. As the 4th PharmD class, as Dr. Nguyen has alluded to, you represent the realization of our Doctor of Pharmacy program having a first year, a second year, a third year, and a 4th year of student pharmacists for the very first time in our school's establishment. You are the last founding class. This is something you will hear me say over and over. We are making history. You are now making history with us to lay the foundation for student pharmacists who will follow you and build on the legacy of the UC Irvine School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. Along with our Bachelor of Sciences in Pharmaceutical Sciences, our Master's program in Pharmacology, our PhD program in Pharmacological Sciences, and the support of the other 3 schools that are our sister schools in the Susan and Henry Samueli College of Health Sciences, which are School of Medicine, a School of Nursing, and also a School of Public and Population Health. Our PharmD program is part of this network of interprofessional healthcare education, as well as part of our expanding UCI health affairs system. You are part of the story that continues to serve, and you will continue to serve as leaders in providing quality healthcare to the people throughout Orange County. Now, students, you may be entering the ceremony with a picture in your mind of what the next 4 years are going to look like for you. I can assure you the next 4 years will surpass what you are able to even imagine now. And you will experience some of the most memorable and challenging and rewarding times of your life. I want you to enjoy those times and remember those times. So students, does anyone, this is a quiz. Quizzes start early. Okay. This is a quiz. Do you remember how I signed your offer letter to join our PharmD program? I see one hand. That would be the chancellor. The chancellor is allowed to do that. I know that. But good, the chancellor will be thrilled with that. No, I did not. Anybody else want to guess? I will tell you. It is Auduntas Fortuna Uwat. Fortune favors the bold. You are the bold. In becoming a pharmacist, you will make a monumental impact on your community, regardless of where you end up choosing to practice. You have all been chosen for your brilliance. You are crazy smart, which we just heard from Dr. Nguyen. Your work ethic, which may be challenged while you are here. And most importantly, you have been chosen for your commitment to helping others. And I say you will realize that in so many ways while you are here with us. You will emerge from this program as a driving force for advancing the health and wellness of individuals and society by implementing new solutions to optimize medication utilization, and as working as part of a team of healthcare professionals, including physicians and nurses and public health specialists, to improve patient outcomes in a cost-effective manner. So at this point, I would like to offer my congratulations on this absolutely incredible achievement that you have done, and welcome to our school. We are looking forward to helping you on your journey and really seeing the great things that you are going to accomplish. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dean Hirsch, for your warm welcome. It is now my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this momentous occasion, Dr. Anthony Morelli. His presence and his remarks will most certainly leave an indelible impression on these students. Dr. Morelli currently serves as the Associate Chief Consultant for Clinical Pharmacy, Policy and Pay for the Department of Veterans Affairs Pharmacy Benefits Management at the VA Central Office. During his 39-year career at the VA, he has led multiple initiatives focused on organizing, standardizing, and expanding the scope of clinical pharmacy practice. His accomplishments include creating the first VA pharmacoeconomics and pharmacogenomics pharmacist positions, serving as the founding member of the VA's National Formulary and PBM Outcomes Research Group, establishment of the first accredited oncology, pharmacoeconomics, pharmacogenomics, nephrology, and clinical informatics residency programs in the VA, and establishment of the National VA PBM Clinical Pharmacy Practice Office. This office has been responsible for significant changes in pharmacy practice in areas such as primary care, mental health, antimicrobial stewardship, hepatitis C, pain, anticoagulation, substance use disorders, and more recently, pharmacogenomics. Dr. Morelli is board certified in pharmacotherapy and has external certifications in pharmacoeconomics, pharmacogenomics, and complementary and alternative health. He has been the recipient of numerous professional recognitions and awards, and including being recognized as a fellow of the American and California Society of Health System Pharmacists for his many contributions to the profession. He has also been recognized as an honorary member of the United States Public Health Service for his dedication to the public health initiatives. He is a past recipient of the ASHP Best Practice Award, ASHP Literature Award for Innovation, VA Undersecretary's Innovation Award, JMCP Quality Reviewer Award for Accuracy and Thoroughness, Pharmacy Foundation of California Michelotti Public Health Prize, and most recently, the AMCP Stephen G. Avey Award, and the APHA Distinguished Federal Pharmacist Award, which recognizes sustained, exemplary, and distinguished service to the profession. Dr. Morreale has authored over 70 peer-reviewed articles, served on editorial boards, and a reviewer on several journals, and has been actively involved in leadership roles within many pharmacy organizations, both nationally and internationally. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Anthony Morreale.
Thank you, Dr. Nguyen, for that introduction. And Dean Hirsch, faculty, family, and friends, and especially the class of 2028, congratulations on getting to this momentous day in your career. The famous Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said, "The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step." And although many of you have taken many journeys before this, this is the first step in your new journey. I would reiterate what Dr. Hirsch said, that is, savor and embrace it. I can assure you it will be enjoyable. So my journey in pharmacy may be similar to many of yours. In 1989, quite a long time ago, I was a science major undergraduate at San Diego State University. And frankly, I had never thought about pharmacy as a career. I'd never even heard of it, to be honest with you, as a career option. One day, one of my classmates told me that the University of Pacific, no booze, please, was having a reception in town. And of course, they were recruiting for a pharmacy school. But the big driver was there was free food and free drinks. And of course, what student passes that up, right? So I went to the event, and I ended up meeting with the dean, Cy Rowland, and some of you may know Cy Rowland. I ended up talking with him for quite a bit of time. And during that time, we talked about his vision for pharmacy. And really, it, at the end of the day, resulted in my application, and luckily for me, my acceptance. So at that time, UOP, two other schools, UCSF and USC, were the only three schools in California. Imagine that. Things have changed quite a bit. But they were all offering the Doctorate of Pharmacy degree. And this was really not the norm across the country, as most schools were still offering a bachelor's degree. So I thought that was really kind of cool that there would be a doctorate title after the graduation, right? And it's important to me, and it's an important aspect of this story I want to talk to you about today, and that is the promise of a clinical profession. It was important to me as I did not envision myself standing behind a counter dispensing medications, nor working in an inpatient pharmacy making IVs or dispensing unit dose medications. To me, the promise of a clinical profession was one that helped direct medication use in patients. And it was fascinating to understand the technology behind that, but also the ability to really help patients take their medications. But make no mistake, at that time, there was very few jobs that actually allowed you to do that. So fast forward to 1983, I graduated with my Doctor of Pharmacy degree. I started my clinical residency at San Joaquin County Hospital. And while on an emergency room rotation, I met a physician named Max Miller, and I won't forget Max. who later became a friend of mine during my residency. One day after work, sipping a cold beer, he made a statement that kind of shocked me and stayed with me during my pharmacy career. He said, "Anthony, someday pharmacists are going to be the most impactful profession." And I thought, this guy's a little whacked, right? I was a bit shocked about the statement, given that he was a physician. And to me, at the time, the dominance and the perception is that the physician was the leader of the healthcare team. And how could pharmacists become the most important player? So I asked Max to kind of give me some more insight into his rationale. So what he went on to say is that medication development was going to explode beyond the capability of physician knowledge and management, and that medications were going to be the primary treatment for most diseases. And in 1983, I will tell you that was not the case. Today it is much more. So Max certainly had some insight into what was going to happen in terms of the pharmaceutical industry and drug management. He went on to say that the individuals that knew the most about medications would be the most important individuals, not only for the whole healthcare system, but for the patients. So I ask all of you in the audience, has pharmacy become the most impactful profession that Max thought it would be? If not, what factors have held us back, and how can we make that a reality? So as I pondered Max's statement and my 40-year career as a pharmacist, I started to think about that as far as this presentation and reflect on how different pharmacy was in 1983. Pharmacists essentially had 3 job pathways in 1983. You either worked in hospital, retail, or academia, and that was about the sum of your options. Clinical pharmacy residencies were all primarily inpatient residencies and exclusively PGY1. Specialty jobs only existed in a few practice areas like intensive care or oncology or infectious disease. So there wasn't a lot of options even when you were in the system. PharmD degrees, as I mentioned, were a novelty. And only in certain parts of the country and only at certain facilities. And there were no board certifications in various areas of pharmacy. So after my residency and teaching at UOP for a year, I started making an effort to get back to San Diego. The job market in 1985 was pretty tight, and it was hard to get back into a geographic area. I took what I thought was a temporary job at the VA. So 40 years later, I still work for the VA. But I've had opportunities beyond my imagination in so many different positions within the same organization. I was able to serve as an acute care pharmacist on medical surgical wards and the ICU. I became the infectious disease pharmacist. I worked in nephrology clinics, gastroenterology, and then pharmacoeconomics. I also had the opportunity to take leadership roles and become a supervisor of the inpatient sections. Later, I became assistant chief of pharmacy and then the chief of pharmacy. Not a pathway that I ever envisioned in my wildest dreams, especially when I was a student. For the past 14 years, I've had the opportunity to lead the national program for the VA in charge of expanding clinical pharmacy services. So I want to kind of talk to you more about that as we go on in this presentation. So fast forward to today, and pharmacy practice has been transformed. Pharmacists have a tremendous number of robust job options. Industry, research, ambulatory care, compounding, professional organizations, the list goes on. In fact, the website pharmforme.org outlines over 100 different careers for pharmacists. So think creatively because that continues to expand. The profession has significantly transitioned away from products to patient care. In the VA, over 50% of our 11,500 plus pharmacists have prescriptive privileges, and collaboratively but independently last year had over 6 million visits. Almost all our new hires in the past 7 to 10 years have been advanced practice pharmacists, very few in any kind of distributive process. Pharmacy has become an indispensable part of the fabric of healthcare in this country, and I believe that we are only at the beginning, and this is going to expand significantly. So you may ask, well, why would I believe that we are going to expand significantly over time? Well, Winston Churchill said, "Don't let a good crisis go to waste." Healthcare is in a crisis. So I'm going to give you what I think are 12 reasons why I believe that we are on the precipice of being that most important profession. So first, there's a severe shortage of primary care and specialty care providers. That shortage is anticipated to continue for years, if not decades, into the future. This has created opportunities for collaborative practice and comprehensive medication management that we have not seen in the past. Team-based care is becoming the norm, and so these teams are having to add team members, and the pharmacist is a critical team member of those teams. The second thing was the COVID pandemic. This made consumers recognize the accessibility and the competencies of pharmacists. Employers have responded by making clinical pharmacy services more broadly available. The other reasons are a little bit of what you've heard in the past, is pharmacogenomics and personalized medicine. This is on an explosive path, adding significant complexity to an already complex healthcare system. We believe that the pharmacist will play a critical role in managing pharmacogenomics. Another big issue is adherence, and I know that Dean Hirsch and Dr. Watanabe published an article recently that's got a lot of play, and have outlined the $500 billion adherence issue. And if patients don't take their medications correctly, there's a lot of waste in the system. And certainly, money talks, and that's garnered a lot of attention. Drug inflation is also a big issue. So the explosion of expensive new medications, many requiring intensive monitoring, has created a demand for pharmacists to control appropriate therapy in all healthcare systems and across all practice areas. Another reason is the aging population and demographics. So the fastest growing demographic, as you probably know, in the United States is those over 85. They use a lot of medications, they suffer significant disease burden, and they are increasing demand for pharmacists and those who know how to manage medications. Although nurse practitioners were poised to be in a good position to help the healthcare system, they have only filled certain gaps primarily in primary care. There are very few trained nurse practitioners in specialty areas. And specialty areas are, in fact, where the explosion of new drugs is occurring. And pharmacists are well positioned to take those roles. And that is especially true since the pharmacy has expanded significantly the board certification for all kinds of different practice areas. So they are poised to take on those roles. Legislative changes have been kind to pharmacy in recent years. So nearly every state in the union now allows some degree of prescriptive authority. And states like California have not only developed authorities, they have linked them to payment of services, which ultimately will advance to other states and ultimately will expand the opportunities for pharmacists. Lastly, the supply of pharmacists. Right now, if you look at the market, pharmacy is pretty balanced. There is growing demand, there's a good supply of pharmacists, but there's not a shortage. This assures good job prospects and strong salaries going forward. Pharmacists are one of the few professions that are not in a shortage situation, which gives opportunity for them to step in and take on roles that they may not have envisioned they were going to take on in the past. For these reasons, I conclude no profession is better placed than pharmacists to take advantage of the healthcare crisis. So what I've seen in the VA in the past 14 years, the past 40, but mostly in the last 14, we are the largest integrated healthcare system in the United States. I've been fortunate to be entrusted to manage all the clinical pharmacy services for the country. In the last 10 years, we've hired over 3,000 new pharmacists. Almost all that growth has been advanced practice pharmacists, direct patient care. Growth of our advanced practice pharmacists has nearly tripled from 1,900 individuals we had in 2012 to nearly 6,000 that we have today. They now comprise 52.6% of our workforce. So that means we have achieved a place where clinical is dominant over distribution. Over 80% of them have a residency, and 54% of them are board certified. I want to repeat that because I think it's important to these students that just getting a PharmD may not position you in the place you need to be if you want to be in clinical practice. 80% have residencies, 54% are board certified. Almost 100% of our hires in the last 10 years are residency trained. And that has to do with the jobs that we're asking them to do. We are asking them to take on comprehensive medication management and manage the disease states for our patients, and they need those skills. We have tremendous number of requests that we haven't even yet touched. So we have program offices from specialty care and primary care that are asking us to expand clinical pharmacy services into other practice areas which we have barely touched. Neurology, transplant, you name it. There's a whole bunch of new areas where we don't have a lot of clinical pharmacy practitioners right now, but we have the opportunity to because there's new drugs coming on the market that are intensive to manage, and these providers need our help to do that. So we see there's really unlimited opportunity to expand clinical pharmacy practitioners. So I conclude as I ask you to ponder, was Dr. Miller correct that pharmacy would be the most impactful profession? In my opinion, the answer is no, not yet. Pharmacy students in attendance today, you are perfectly positioned, and I challenge you to complete the journey of the promise of a clinical profession. Through your efforts, I believe that will lead us to conclude that pharmacists are the most impactful profession. Nelson Mandela said, "It seems impossible until it's done." So I want to again thank UC Irvine for inviting me, and go Anteaters.
Oh, good.
Yay.
Thank you, Dr. Morielli, for your inspirational words. Students, the moment you've been waiting for. It is now time for the presentation of your white coats. After you receive your first white coat and pin, you will be welcomed by the class of 2025, 2026, and 2027 student leaders. I now would like to invite Dean Hirsch to coat the class of 2028, and also Dr. Jonathan Watanabe, Founding Associate Dean for Assessment and Quality, to gift the first set of students with a special pin to wear on their white coats. Deborah Adu, University of Redlands. Aisel Ali, University of California, Riverside. Eden Amaños, University of California, Irvine. Ramon Bautista, California State University, Fresno. Sydney Bocalan, University of California, San Diego. Edrin Calarina, University of California, San Diego. Jacqueline Chang, California State Polytechnic, University, Pomona. Tammy Chu, San Diego State University. Elizabeth Saravello, University of California, San Diego. Jenny Din, University of California, Irvine. I now would like to invite Dr. Sarah McBain, Founding Associate Dean of Pharmacy Education, to gift the next set of students their pin. Jordan Din, University of California, Irvine. Nagin Esfandiari, University of California, Davis. Ryan Eugenio, California State University, Fullerton. Andre William Castro Fabre, University of California, Irvine. Niku Falahati, University of California, Irvine. Brandon Fernandez, University of California, Irvine. Alec Gurgenyan, University of California, Irvine. Joshua Hahn, Bethel University. An Hua, University of California, Irvine. Mary Javorian, University of California, Irvine. I would now like to invite Dr. Melanie Joe, Founding Associate Dean for Pharmacy Professional Affairs and Chief Pharmacy Officer for the UC Irvine Health, to gift the next set of students their pin. Marian Khalil, University of California, Irvine. Tara Kubaga, University of California, Irvine. Ngọc Kieu, University of California, Irvine. Jung Ah Kim, University of California, Los Angeles. Justin Kwong, University of California, Riverside. Amber Lanza, Sonoma State University. An Lee, University of California, Irvine. V. Lee, University of California, Irvine. Jonathan Liang, University of California, San Diego. Dylan Leung, University of California, Irvine. I would now like to invite Dr. Brian Pagel, Associate Dean for Research, to gift the next set of students their pin. Derek Liu, California North State University. Richard Liu, University of California, Riverside. Alina Lee, California State University, Long Beach. Laura Mackey, University of California, Irvine. Franz Marte, Ateneo de Manila University. Paolo Mauricio Argueta, University of California, Irvine. Gabrielle McPherson, Loyola Marymount University. Abigail Medina, University of California, San Diego. Reem Nasser, University of California, Irvine. Leila Nazarze, University of California, Irvine. I would now like to invite Dr. Alexander Chan, Founding Department Chair of the Clinical Pharmacy Practice Department, to gift the next set of students their pin. Jacob Ngo, University of California, Irvine. Tram Ngo, California State University, Fresno. Carolyn Lê Nguyen, University of California, Los Angeles. Elaine Nguyen, University of California, Irvine. Crystal Đỗ Nguyễn, University of California, Irvine. Tanya Lê Nguyễn, California State University, Long Beach. Angel Ashish Parmar, University of California, Irvine. Ha Lan Pham, University of California, San Diego. Sally Pham, University of California, Irvine. Alyssa Lori Jane Aquino Sardine, University of California, San Diego. I now would like to invite Dr. Andre Lutak, Department Chair of the Pharmaceutical Sciences Department, to gift the next set of students their pin. Chow Ta, St. Louis University, Missouri. William Pierre Tantrabeau, University of California, Irvine. Daryl Todd, University of California, Irvine. Ryan Tong, University of California, Los Angeles. Tina Trin, University of California, Irvine. Precious Ulel, University of California, Irvine. Liam Vo, University of California, Irvine. T. Vu, University of California, Irvine. Eileen Yeah, University of California, San Diego. And last but definitely not least, Jessie Zhao, University of Southern California.
Let's give them all a round of applause. Okay, now you look much more professional sitting out there. So, it is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Mary Demon to give our congratulatory remarks. A 2008 graduate of UC Irvine's BS in Biological Sciences program, Dr. Demon went on to earn her Doctor of Pharmacy degree from the Loma Linda University. Today, she has over 15 years of experience in community pharmacy and manages one of the top Albertsons pharmacies in Orange County. Dr. Demon received a State of California Senate Certificate of Recognition for her efforts in providing COVID-19 vaccinations to local communities, including delivering vaccines to over 100 pharmacies through the development of the Orange County Vaccine Depot site, serving as an immunization trainer captain for over 100 pharmacy technicians across Orange County, and establishing the Catalina Island Vaccine Clinic, which has immunized hundreds of local residents. Dr. Demon has precepted over 100 students from more than a dozen pharmacy schools and is an Albertsons Preceptor Spotlight Award recipient and the Marshall B. Ketchum University Preceptor of the Year. Here at the UCI School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, we are grateful to have Dr. Demon on our team as a volunteer clinical professor, serving as an instructor on healthcare leadership and management. She is also a dedicated mentor to our pharmacy students and is currently a board member of our Anteaters in Pharmacy Alumni Chapter. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Mary Demon.
Thank you, Dean Hirsch, for such a nice introduction. I want to first say congratulations to all the pharmacy students. Receiving your white coat is momentous, and I will say this from personal experience, that's the cleanest your white coats will ever be, okay? I've always told the students a sign of a very hardworking pharmacist or pharmacy student is the shades of colors that your pharmacy coat will turn. So first is always white, then a little beige, darker yellow, sometimes if they end up like me, great, right? So I always say, I like to see you by fourth year, those white coats turned gray, okay? Now, it's a rite of passage that has been honored for years and signifies more than just your acceptance into pharmacy school, but the start of your pharmacy career. Now, I know most of you do not know me, but most people who do know me would tell you that I'm honest, down to earth, and relatable. So with that, let's have a little story time. It was April 2005, and I had just completed my winter quarter as a freshman when I so casually entered academic probation. Yes, even worse, I managed to get on academic probation with one of the toughest majors to get in at UCI, biological sciences. So as you know, with many of you, I was a very good student, and to that point, my high school grades exceeded 4.0. I earned honors, took advanced placement courses, and dedicated my extracurricular time to the science field, which made academic probation more of a shock, especially to my mom. Other universities might have just dropped a bio major in a heartbeat. So you can imagine how I was feeling when I received a letter in the mail from the biological science department to come in before the start of my spring quarter to discuss my status, right? Fear, regret, stupidity was just the start of my emotions and thoughts. How and why did I end up here? I was so afraid that I would be told to leave the program. Not that day. I was lucky. I had a counselor from the department reach out and call me into her office. She sat me down and we had the most sincere conversation, which I believe truly changed my future. She invested her time and energy to comprehend what I needed at that time to succeed. She reviewed my background. She knew my academic past. She knew this was not my truest self. She knew I could be better. She challenged me all in the span of an hour-long conversation. It was like she was my academic mom that wasn't going to rat me out to my real mom, but was supporting me with what I needed to adjust and push forward and return to the best performance for the rest of my biological sciences education. Now, granted, I've always received support from my family and friends, but for the most part, I've always been a self-sufficient person, as most of you can relate when it came to our academic studies. However, college was different for me. It was this whole new world of academic freedom and trust, which I had never experienced, and maybe it was too trusting. To this day, I'm ever so thankful to that counselor who invested her time and efforts to guide me to graduate from UCI. I ended up graduating magna cum laude with pride, but most importantly, gratitude for the support that UCI has invested to me. Now, you all sit here bright-eyed, excited. A sense of pride is filling the air, and we can all feel it and see it, and as it should. You all have succeeded so much to this point in your academic careers. You're surrounded by your close family and friends who are witnessing one of the greatest rites of passages that only a few are lucky to experience. And you all chose to do so at this university. I can tell you as an alumnus that you chose a school that will provide you a constant array of resources and support to help you along the way. One other important aspect of this university that drives me to speak so highly about is diversity. I've never felt more accepted when I came to this school. Look around. We are such a diverse group of individuals. We see everyone for who they are and how they identify. And in 2024, I'm so happy to have children in this generation where they can grow up however they choose to, not following a certain look or a way of life, but how they identify as. Diversity drives change. Being able to attend a university that accepts a diverse range of background only fosters growth, knowledge, understanding, and leadership. Attending UCI and being a witness to the diversity around you will help you once you become professionals. It'll prepare you to deliver excellence and patient care, and that's most important now. UCI has always created a strong feeling of inclusion and community, which always made me feel safe and made learning enjoyable, as I hope it will for you all. Now, I leave you with this. Nothing's always perfect, and life gets in the way. If you ever feel like you're not where you should be, or even if you start slipping up, just know that you're at this university for a reason. Your destiny has led you here either consciously or subconsciously. And just know that there's so many outstanding resources, a lot of them right here behind me, at UCI that are available to help you succeed. And if you ever feel doubt, dismay, or failure, reach out to one of the many faculty and staff here. Heck, reach out to me. Email mary.demon@gmail.com, okay? We will all remind you of how capable and up to the task you are, and that this is your destiny. And I'll leave you with one last piece of advice. Success will always follow passion. Don't do something because you think it's going to look good on your resume or you think that that's what you have to do. Do it because you truly want to do it, because you truly love to do it. I've always told the students who've asked me why I haven't moved up yet and become a district manager, which I've been offered multiple times in the last 5 years of my career, because I feel like I found my secret sauce, and I've never enjoyed being a pharmacist to this day. I get the joys of being in the pharmacy as a manager, working with a team, seeing my patients every day, being relatable to them, getting to know them on one-to-one level, running a very busy pharmacy that makes a 12-hour shift go by very fast, but also get the enjoyment of seeing so many students come through my site and seeing them from first years to now fourth years, and seeing the growth and change. And if I'm able to touch them in a way where they are motivated to make a change in the field of pharmacy, that to me is the best form of success, especially as a pharmacist. And secondly, I get the enjoyment too, where I get to come once a quarter and teach students on a more academic level of leadership and management. And I've always said, pharmacists, it's one thing for pharmacists to be leaders in healthcare. It's a whole new difference to be leading healthcare. And that's where I want to see pharmacists one day, is leading the field of healthcare. So congratulations to you all for achieving such great success already by making it this far. Good luck and all the success to the future class of 2028. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Demon, for those encouraging words and quite inspiring advice also, especially about the white coats. They're very white right now. So, members of the PharmD class of 2028 and members of the pharmacy profession present in our audience today, please stand as we recite the oath of a pharmacist. And you can use as a cheat sheet, you can use the back cover, not this one, the back cover of your program. Okay, students, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read one sentence and then you're going to repeat it. I'm going to read a sentence and repeat it, okay? All right. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy in fulfilling this vow.
I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy in fulfilling this vow.
I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns.
I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns.
I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity.
I will promote inclusion, embrace diversity, and advocate for justice to advance health equity.
I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for all patients.
I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for all patients.
I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me.
I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me.
I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional knowledge, expertise, and self-awareness.
I will accept the responsibility to improve my professional
I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. You may now be seated. Students, our entire School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences community is behind you as you begin your path to becoming a student pharmacist. We cannot wait to see everything that you accomplish during your time here. As you venture into this next stage of your life, education, and career, take the time to reflect on what it took for you to get here. You have overcome many, many obstacles, and you will do the same in the PharmD program. Although you may be feeling some uncertainty, you actually should feel confident in your abilities that have carried you to this point. You will graduate with a wealth of knowledge that will shape your future. In our program, you will be taught by scientists who are pioneers in the discovery, development, and delivery of new drugs, devices, and diagnostics. You will be trained by clinical pharmacists to be the next generation of professionals who will have the power to make life-changing impacts on the lives and health outcomes of patients, but not only patients, also their families. This journey through the PharmD program will be marked by a series of challenges, struggles, and difficult decisions, but you will also experience joy, accomplishment, and collaboration. Live in these moments, cherish the memories that they will become, and face all of it with bravery, compassion, and clarity. And always remember, fortune favors the bold. You are the bold. Thank you to all of the family and friends who have supported these students and throughout their journey to becoming a pharmacist. Your continued encouragement will serve as an essential resource in their success. Okay, students, I would like you to turn around and wave to all your friends and family and say thank you and clap for them. Say thank you. Do not forget what they have done to help you get here. Do not forget what they will continue to help you do as you get through the next 4 years. And finally, as we welcome you to UCI as our newest anteaters, we cannot leave without teaching you and everyone the UCI anteater zot, zot, zot. Okay, if you're in the audience and you wonder why we're talking about an anteater, the anteater is our very ferocious mascot. His name is Peter the anteater, and I'm sure you'll see him at the reception. He's a little stuffed animal floating around outside. But we need to do the zot, 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 because that's how we end everything here at UC Irvine. Okay, this is how you do it, and the students know, but everyone's in charge of zot, zot, zot. Okay, so you put your fingers up like this, 2 fingers, that's these. Okay, and then you put your middle fingers down on your thumb, okay? Now, if you turn it like this, you'll see this is Texas. These are the Texas Longhorns. That is not where you have come today. Move your thumb back, okay? And then Peter's got a little snout, right? That's his snout right there. Okay, turn it like this, and then what we do is on the count of 3, we go zot, 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 but we do it really, really, really loud, okay? And we do it loud because when they graduate, there's a contest, and the dean with the loudest zots wins. So we're training right now. So, all right, everybody up? Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Zap, zap, zap! Absolutely fabulous! Absolutely fabulous. So that brings us to the conclusion of today's white coat ceremony. On behalf of the University of California, Irvine and the UCI School of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences, I congratulate, and please join me in congratulating our future class of PharmD students, the class of 2028. So at this time as we close, I now ask everyone to stand as we begin the recessional of the platform party and students. And I'd ask that each of you who are guests, please remain in your seats. The platform party will proceed first, and then the class, led by Dr. Jill Richardson and Mrs. Hetty Ha. After the students have departed, we ask that our guests exit and join us all in the reception. The students will arrive at the reception after their photos are taken. And with that, once again, congratulations to the UCI PharmD class of 28.